Hello, welcome. I've called this Ab-bomb-ination. So really important, if you've not done Pilates before, there are some exercises in this that are intermediate to advanced. So please follow the modifications. Just do what you can with it. If you've got any niggles in your low back, then maybe just do a few of the exercises today. Just the beginning warm-ups and maybe up to the 100 or the single leg stretch, but nothing further on after that. You can leave any of these out, you can modify any of them, you can replace them with other exercises if you prefer, but always do the warm-up and the cool down stretches. Okay, so come down onto your back, or you will need a Pilates ball or a yoga brick for this first part, because we're just going to do the core breathing and the pelvic tilts, and we're going to do it with the brick or the ball. So coming down onto your back. And just first of all, just have the legs bent, constructive rest pose, so the feet wider than the hips, the knees knocking in. And just take a few breaths here, allow the shoulders to drop. No core activation at the moment, just breathe. And then as you start to exhale, each time you exhale, start to give a little bit of a squeeze, start to become aware of your core muscles. So drawing in through the belly and the pelvic floor, just on the exhales. Release on the inhale. And then exhale, a little drawing back of the belly, drawing up of the pelvic floor. Couple more. And then draw your knees into your chest and just have a little rock side to side or stir the legs around, just bringing a bit of mobilization into the low back and the pelvis. A few times one way, then the other. And then do some windscreen wiper legs, so the feet down, knees and feet wider than the hips. And on an exhale, just dropping the knees to one side. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the other. And just do that a few more times. Not forcing the knees down, just a natural drop of the legs. Maybe turning the head the opposite way away from the knees. And then just a neutral position, so knees and feet hip width apart. And bringing your Pilates ball or your yoga brick, whichever you've got. I prefer the brick, it just feels a little bit more effective into the low back. Bringing that in between the knees. So we're going to do core breathing, so the contraction of the pelvic floor and the belly, but we're also going to do 12 o'clock tilts, pelvic tilts. So press the feet down, squeeze the brick, inhale. And then exhale, curling the pubic bone towards the belly button and engaging all the core muscles. Inhaling, release. Exhale, contract, squeeze, curl. So again, we're just getting into the low back, the connective tissue there, just letting it know what we're going to be doing for our practice. Getting into the inner thighs. Getting into the breath. Getting into the core muscles. Inhaling, release, exhaling, tilt and squeeze. Couple more. And then releasing from that. And drawing the legs up to tabletop, right angle legs. Engaging through the belly and pelvic floor, so chest breathing goes right up into the chest now. We inhale and tap the right big toe down to the mat, exhale. Inhale up, switch, exhale down. inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. So there's a little bit of curling the pubic bone towards the belly button here. Legs just at a right angle as the leg goes down and as it lifts. Inhaling as you lift, exhale as you tap. Doesn't seem like much, but it really starts to get into the hip flexors, gets into the abdominals. Keep drawing up through the belly and the pelvic floor, and I'll be saying that an awful lot through this session. So this is still considered a warm-up. So you can still be using this as a gauge. How's the back doing? How's the breath and the core holding doing? Good, and then drawing the knees into the chest, hug them in. Legs at a right angle. Core engaged, we're going to go into the 100, so that belly is drawn in, the pelvic floor is up, we come up onto the tips of the shoulder blades, reaching the arms out, start to pump the arms, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going with that breath pace, pumping the arms, the chin is lifted out of the chest, so you're not squeezing the chin right into the chest, but you're also not lifting it too high. You can have the legs bent, or if you feel all right that you're capable of keeping the back of the waist pressing down, you can straighten out the legs. If this is too much for the front of the thigh, turn the legs out so your feet are kind of Charlie Chaplin style, first position. Squeeze the legs together. Good, and then from here we go into single leg stretch, so bend the legs, and we inhale, extend the left leg forwards, exhale, inhale it in, switch, exhale, inhale it in, exhale, inhale in, exhale. Now you can keep going with that with just the fingers touching onto the top of the bent knee each time. Or you can take the hands behind the head, because we are going to stay up for the upper body for quite some time. So the hands behind the head pressing into the hands can be a good idea here. Inhaling in, exhaling out, inhale in, exhaling out. Still drawing in through the belly and pelvic floor. And it's just this moment in time I'm kind of paranoid that my camera is not recording and that I'm doing this just for the benefit of my health. Which means I'd have to do it all over again, which would be fun. So now we're going to start to take this into crisscross. So each time that the leg is bent, we're going to twist across to it. Inhale, center, exhale, twist and stretch. Inhale, center, exhale, twist and stretch. And don't go any quicker than this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, because it can be really tempting to speed this up, and I want you to keep it slower because slower is better. Not rocking through the pelvis, just a gentle roll from one shoulder blade to the other, keeping the elbows wide. Exhale, inhale, center, exhale. Core muscles really engaged. Not taking the leg too low, because then there's the fear of kind of losing the core contraction, arching up through the low back. Of course though, if you can keep core control, then you could take the leg a little lower. And then we're going to come into straight leg stretch, or otherwise known as scissors, with a little bounce to get into the hamstrings a bit more. So from here, stretching both legs up, hold behind the right leg, stretch the left leg forwards, and then do a little bounce of that left leg. 1, 2, inhale up, switch, exhale, exhale. Inhale up, switch, exhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Keep going with that. And with that leg that I'm drawing in, I am kind of pulling it in a little bit towards me as well. If your neck is starting to bother you, bring the upper body down. You can still do the legs. Keep the core engaged. A few more. Keep drawing up through the pelvic floor. And the next one coming up is going to be double leg stretch. So now both legs up, bend the knees, and if this is going to be too strong, I'll give you an alternative. So from here, the fingertips reach towards the ankle bones. Doesn't matter if they don't actually touch, but just reaching towards that. Your inhale is here, and your exhale, you reach the legs forwards, and the arms go alongside the ears. You inhale, reach around, tap the ankle bones. Exhale, stretch away. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stretch away. If it's too strong, do it with the feet down and inhale, tap the thighs, and then exhale, arms go back. Inhale, tap the thighs, exhale, arms go back. If the neck is bothering you, upper body can be down, and you still do the same movement, reaching arms and legs away. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Hopefully feeling it now. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale. So it's not about how far the arms go back. So my inner upper arm is literally just going alongside my ears, hopefully. The legs aren't going too low. Definitely drawing back through the belly so the back isn't arching. Inhale, exhale, stretch away. Couple more. Hug the knees in, upper body down. Just give the head a little roll side to side just in case your neck is aching. We've got one more where we're going to be up, and that's double leg lowers. So interlock the fingers behind the head, lift the upper body up. Elbows wide, press the head into the hands, legs straight up. Core engaged, inhale. Lowering the legs down, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. So the upper body is up with this because there's less tendency to arch into the lower back. But again, if your neck is bothering you, please listen to that. Bring the upper body down anytime. I do find pressing the head into the hands really good for relieving any tension in the neck. If the front of thighs are being a bit grippy, turn the legs out, Charlie Chaplin, first position, squeeze the legs together. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, exhale as you lower. So no quicker than this pace. Keeping the elbows wide if the upper body is up. Still that little bit of space between the chin and the chest. Couple more. Stretch the legs forward. Stretch the legs forward. And then release. Head down, roll the head side to side. Good, hug the knees in, rock the legs side to side. Good, and then from here, come over onto all fours. So just do a couple of cat stretches here, or stretch out through the front of the body after that. And give a little bit of mobilization through the spine, just because everything's been held pretty static. Nice to get a bit of movement. Good, and then we're going to come into a minute plank. Now I don't have a timer, but I'm going to kind of guess it, so thereabouts. So come down onto your forearms, elbows set underneath the shoulders, stretch one leg back, toes tucked, and the other. Let's see if I can get my stopwatch to work. Yeah, okay. So squeeze the legs, squeeze the buttocks, just regular plank here. Breathe. Going to be rather boring seeing me on screen just holding this, but at least you don't have to then time yourself. And you've got the pleasure of me waffling the way at you. Push down through the arms, squeeze the legs, squeeze the buttocks. Really should have some music with this. Press the heels back, chest forwards. And there's your minute. Lower the knees, child's pose. So now come around to sit onto your bottom. I don't want to add in the Pilates teaser or boomerang or anything like that, but we are going to do somewhere between a yogic boat pose and a roll up. So you can have the arms out as if we're doing boat. And you inhale, and as you exhale, tuck the pelvis under, roll back a little. Inhaling up. Now this can be not particularly nice on the tailbone, so if you feel that you want a towel underneath the bum, just to protect the skin on the tailbone, that's probably a good idea. Inhaling up, exhaling, rolling back. Inhaling up, exhaling, rolling back. Inhaling up, exhale. So this is one variation. I'm actually feeling this quite a lot on my tailbone right now because I did a lot of this yesterday. And if we're going to be doing this every day, then that could get quite sore. So you might want to just hold boat pose and maybe do bent legs, straight legs, bent legs, straight legs. That's a little nicer on the tailbone. Inhale, bend, exhale up. You could have the fingertips down or you can have them back behind you, but there's no weight on my fingertips with that. Okay, so it's still all through the belly, but I've just taken the release out of the arms from where we were holding plank. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Make sure you're leaning back far enough to feel this in the abdominals, but not that it's causing any discomfort in your back. It might be if you've got back issues today, maybe you're just leaning back a little bit and holding this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, or you're doing inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Couple more of whichever variation you're doing. And then cross the legs, hands onto the knees. Inhale, stretch the chest forwards and the shoulders back. And exhale, little rounding through the back. So again, just mobilize through the back. Just because the back is doing a lot of work, as well as your abdominals. Good news or bad news here. 1 minute plank again. So come around onto your forearms. See if I can get this timer going again. Yes. So stretching out through the legs. Now your choice, to be still or rock on the toes forward and back. So it depends if your toes can handle that one. forward and back. And if not, a regular plank pose, or even if you need to bring the knees down and you're just forming a straight line from the shoulders through to the knees, so I can still feel that in the core muscles for sure, even with the knees down. So I'm not letting the back sag with it. I'm keeping lifting up through the belly. Breathe, squeeze the buttocks. And you're done with that minute. Child's pose. A little rocking of the bottom maybe in child's pose. So we're going to do double leg circles. So come around to sit onto your bottom. So this is like a boat pose again that we're holding, but we're going to be circling the legs around with it. So that is an advanced Pilates pose. You might do it with legs bent. You might do single legs instead. So again, you inhale, core engage, lean back, exhale. So really scoop under, scoop in through the belly. Take the fingertips back behind you. Again, not to put all your weight into the arms or hands. You're still lifting the chest. There's hardly any weight on the fingertips. Come a little forward. So you've drawn in through the belly, pelvic floor, lift one leg up, lift the other leg up. Okay. So you find that balance where the core is holding you and you start to circle the legs around. So you can do it bent legs or you can go for straight legs. Do not take the legs too low. 5 in each direction. And that's my 5, so go the other way. Don't worry if you're not in time with me. Listen to the back. If those legs need to be bent, you'll get a better quality of movement for right now without hurting your back. And then release, cross the legs. Again, little seated cat. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, round. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, round. One more each way. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to come into twister. So this is a side bend. Again, quite a strong exercise for the wrists. So watch out for that. It's best done on a mat, but my mat moves around on this carpet. So doesn't matter what side you start on. Come into a side bend position. Okay, so one foot in front of the other. Other arm lifted if you wish, or hand to the hip. And we're going to inhale, the hips come down, but they don't touch. And as you exhale, lift the hips up, dive the hands straight back behind you. Inhale, hips come down. Exhale, lift, reach under. Inhale, down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, down. Exhale, reaching through. If you slide, adjust. Inhale. Exhale, reaching under. Inhale. Exhale, reaching under. Aiming for 10. I'm not quite sure where we're at. Maybe 8. 9. Never good at counting and doing. Last one. 10. And down. And then have a little bit of a mermaid stretch. Reach over. So that's nice all the way down the side of the body. That twister move, getting into the obliques. Give that hand a little shake out. Let's try for the other side. So coming over, set up into your side plank, side bend position. Lifting up. Make sure the hand is underneath the shoulder, as comfortable as is for you. I like the front leg in front, that's it. And we inhale as we dip the hips down. Exhale, lift, push back, feet stay planted. Inhale, down. Exhale, 2. I'll count this time. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift, reach under. Inhale, down. Exhale. Inhale, down. Exhale, lost count already. Oh dear, might mean you do an extra few. Exhale, inhale down. Exhale under, what's that, 6. Inhale down. Exhale 7. Inhale down. Exhale 8. Inhale down. Exhale 9. Feels more than 10. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale down, stay down, and come into your mermaid. Stretch over. I like that one. It's tough, but I like it. Good, give the hand a shake out. Guess what's coming? Third one, plank. So come back onto forearms. Elbows under shoulders. Doesn't matter if you clasp the hands or not. Stretch the legs out behind. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the buttocks. I can't give you a stopwatch this time. Watch has gone on me. You can keep regular plank, or you can dip a knee. Dip a knee, dip a knee, dip a knee. Alternating sides. Or just hold. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the legs if you're holding. Forearm plank is a little bit more core concentrated than if you do it on your hands. Breathe. I have no idea if that's a minute or not. Might even be pushing you to 2 minutes. I think that's a minute. Knees down, child's pose, although if you want to hold it longer, go ahead. So we need a stretch out through the front of the body. So I'm going to give you Sphinx pose, which you could do bow pose rocking, you could do bridge pose. Okay, so if you're following me and doing Sphinx, come down onto your belly. I'll show you the other variation if you want it. So you're just under the forearms, little pressing of the pubic bone and a drawing of the chest forwards and up. So you're stretching all the way through the front. If you wanted to do bow, or rocking as it's called in Pilates, then you press the feet back into your hands, lifting up. You could inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, or you could hold up, and with the breath, it'll make the body rock. Not so easy to talk and do that one. Or of course, you could be doing bridge. You just need to have something that just stretches out through the front of the body, brings relief into the low back. And then if you've been doing rocking or Sphinx, come into child's pose. If you've been doing bridge, then hug your knees into your chest. So you want something to give the opposite to the spine, the flexing of the spine now. And this is where I'm going to leave you for our Ab-bomb-ination. And you can now go on and either do some yoga stretches, cat, down dog, knee hugs, figure 4, pigeon, lunges, whatever you want to do as a finishing stretch, or go on to now do your push-ups.